Hi guys, and welcome to the Rainbow Six Replays YouTube channel. Today we want to present the video highlights of the match between W7M Esports and Team Liquid during the Brazil League 2024 Stage 2. Don't forget to subscribe and put a like. Enjoy.
No comings together yet. A couple of close ones. We're going to have the tracker coming in there from Demos just onto the Frost of Lobin, but it's not going to matter. It's not Lobin who goes for the challenge. Dodas and Volps are going to find one apiece at the same time. Maya is there to pick up a trade, and I tell you, come in here on the attack. They've got the thermite. They can look at getting those walls breached. They're going to want trench wall as a priority, and then worry about anything else that they can get from there. Maya may well have the hard breach on the book, but that's going to go as Dots picks up a trade. He goes in and gets Lobin, and that might just give Liquid the impetus that they need to come in here and take the round 2 versus 1, as Palu managed to find one as well, and that's going to leave Dots fighting for his life behind Pillar.
Yeah, I mean, he was dead to rights pushing in there. Maya may well have found the third, but at the very least guarantees a trade back on the other side. And Dots, that's his chance. That's his C4 gone. That was the one thing they were really leaning on here. May have kept the wall locked up for the most part, but it is now open. Has rounded himself in and ready on blue, though, here to find one of the push on through. They're going to round instead. And look at this. They're going to find him on the side angle. Would have almost brought him down, but now he has the cover, and all he's got to do is step out at the right time until that plank goes down. Lagonis is back up. Gun is ready.
Haven't been moved.
Feels like a really minor thing as well, but to lose the sentry, of course, comes with 2 lots. Striker, who comes with 2 lots of secondary utility. That can be quite a lot taken offline here if you're relying on it. The good news being that you've still got the Blitz on side, and of course, you've also got the Capital. A lot they can work with. Those 2 smoke bolts still sat in back pocket, and Parley looking to round himself in here. Here comes the Blitz. Again, this is the one thing that we wanted to see. Make a little bit of difference here, but look at that. It's a Warden, and you're going to struggle to be able to flash him out here, but this 1v1, it's a bit extended too, but they finally get away with what they need. Lagonis finds his man. The battle problem is his team has lost everything else, but he's made it 2. There are 2 still to find. The Mute and the Mozzie of Dots and Volts.
Laconis must be wondering what's gone on there. Not only has he managed to win a challenge with a Warden on the Blitz, he's got himself another kill, but somehow he's the last alive as everybody else died along the way. He keeps battling though. This is doable. If he can close the distance and get the flash, which he does, can he find the kill? Surely he's got to be able to get the Mozzie. 2 seconds left to go.
Left, right, and center. Absolutely cleans up. Liquid smashing that one from seemingly nowhere. Beautiful stuff.
1v3 picks up a beautiful hedge. It's this one though. There you go. It's the one onto Dots that really does it. But then there's just poor Volps. He's trying utility as it comes in, just making sure that it clears away. Volps, did he have a quick look out of the door there? And he certainly didn't decide to go for the challenge. Paolu's going to take down Lobin. Doras manages to find Nesk along the way, so that evens us out in a 4v4, but that's just too easy. Dots is able to swing that bedroom door and pick up a kill. Lagonis is there. This is just turning into insanity right now. It's 1 for 1 for 1 as we find ourselves in a 2v2. We've got a man in the bathtub. He's trying to hold on here, but surely he won't be allowed. But there's the flank. Yeah, and the other great thing here is it gives W7M the flexibility to leave at least. They can now confidently think until things change, and now definitely. Volts managing to get a double. I was going to say they can basically commit to leaving 1 or 2 out on the roam for the entire round. They just don't need to worry about it. Maya manages to find Volts in a trade, but like I said, it doesn't really matter at this point. They've got the manpower to just say, you know what, that's fine. There's at least 1 staying out. And they can commit to that. You lose your life, doesn't matter. Just waste another minute, waste a minute and a half, do what you can. So W7M should be fairly comfortable, but Palu manages to find Lobin. And once again, Des, this is what happened in round 1. If you remember, I said 5 versus 3. They allowed themselves to be clawed back, and it's happening again.
They're a 5v2. That's the worst part. Like, surely you don't let this one slip. There we go. Palu dealt with. You can breathe a little sigh of relief. Problem being, it's Maya, who, as we already said earlier on, currently the top player for this team in this stage. He's on the hunt, and he's on the Damos as well. Almost loses his life there. 1 bullet will be enough, but no! Maya wins the 1 versus 1. 1 bottom of stairs, and he's also got a track on here as well. Things, don't forget, it works both ways. They know where he is, and dashes out there with a super shorty. Puts Maya in the ground.
Down that basement. It was still a little bit more of round 1, where I'd said, you know, get yourself the kills and keep your advantage. But 5 versus 2 coming down to a 2v1 is a little bit close for my money. You need to be, you know,
So they managed to sneak 1 player in, but that's really about it, and certainly not enough to make a hit happen unless they're all rotating over, which it looks like they are, Tim. They've completely rotated here and said, right, over to the side, let's try and get the squeeze on.
Smart play there. You saw the teamwork with the Capitao Flame going in before the nade come. It just wasn't quite enough to get Dots killed. Palu manages to find Volps, and that is an important kill. Taking Dots out is going to allow Liquid in. Is the cover there? Can they stop the Nitro? Yes, they can. It's going to be shot out. The diffuser's going down, but surely an opportunity for Dash here. He digs in and says, absolutely not on my watch. Resets. He grabs that diffuser and starts planting again. Two versus two.
For example, there was never really a focus on site itself, and it was only until the last 30 seconds that we saw the Capitao get up there, drop those smoke bolts in, and they tried to make something happen. And the thing is, that clock becomes the 6th man for the defenders the lower it gets. Here they had no choice but moments. Volps, as we saw in the last round, wasted absolutely tons of time for his team. A couple of star players stepping up, I guess, arguably for either side so far, but no one really being the big difference maker. I say that as Resets is in. He's already found 2 kills. And guess what, Tim? There's a blitz in their face once again. Liquid have got all the numbers in their favor. Really, inside 6 seconds, this round is pretty much cooked. Dash has got himself 2, but has got to find 2 more to save the round.
Yep, not going to be easy. He's going to find himself full flashed as well as he just dips back behind that shield until the effects wear off. He is getting quite a bit of intel here. He knows where both players are, I think. So there is an opportunity for him to fight. His shield being cleared out is certainly not going to help him. But he knows that they're both inside his side. It's this utility that he's constantly battling against that's going to be the problem.
A really aggressive north side extension coming out from the defenders of Liquid, which does mean players like Dodez, we've seen, of course, Dash up here as well, are having to make sure everything is covered. The basement rotates, making sure no one can come pushing in through dining, for example. It gives them a lot to do, but not a whole ton of time in which to do it is my main concern. They're trying to take on arguably a bit too much. And Maya's more than happy to pick off the one floating player of Dodez, who was off by himself trying to make something happen. Nesk into a second. It's looking a bit too easy for Liquid so far, Tim. Absolutely deleting W7M so far. We've only got 2 players left to their name. And there we go. What I will give them is their pace has still been good. You know, half the round is gone and they've got all this control. Like every player except for Ness is currently up on the 2nd floor, but Ness has been dancing back and forth. They've now got the entry as well. It is a good start for them. These air jabs even managing to force players back a little bit as well. Reset's keeping himself safe here. It's weird to see a Vigil being in such a aggressive position here when the attacks come on through. A kill for a side comes on through, but Liquid have once again balanced things out, and now they're in the lead again, Tim.
Yeah, they just, honestly, the gunfights that Liquid are winning today is just absolutely unreal. They're just on one of those days where a number of them are just hitting shots absolutely everywhere that they try. This is still doable for W7M, though. They've got the diffuser in hand. It's only 2 versus 3, and one of those remaining is a Deimos. So Dodez can potentially target people here and just narrow things down a little bit, restrict their movement, control where they're going to be. He needs to cover now for Lobin, who's going for the plant, gets himself a beauty, and a second onto Lagonis. I said that it was winnable. What more are they going to need? But he didn't stick the plant. Lobin, he's come off it there. 15 seconds left to go. Maya, he needs to find this next kill.
I actually think this Deimos is kind of helping him, though, because he knows where Deimos is going to peak, and they've got to try and force a kill. He wins the 1v1 the time!
It prevents the defenders moving around in sight because they don't want to, you know, expose themselves to that thermal scope. But the Warden can at least offer that avenue to fight back. Not going to be possible. But I tell you what, the only avenue that Liquid need to fight back is Maya right now. Hitting another shot, headshot onto Dash. Can he find himself another? No, it's not. It's going to be Resets who picks up Lobin. Lagon is taken out elsewhere, but Maya does pick up another onto Dodez. 4 versus 2, and Liquid sitting pretty here in round 9. 6-3 looks a lot different to 5-4 does.
Doesn't it just? Absolutely. A much more commanding position to be in. Still losable, let's not forget. Thankfully, have the mute jammers on side to help out 0-1, but Maya is done with playing games and letting this one run away.
Point win here, which is looking at least reasonably likely. They will go on to 9 points, which will put them up to the top. But W7M, they're going to have something to say about that before it happens. Volps managing to pick up a nice opener and taking out Maya. You can't ask for a better
pick to remove off the table.
Yeah, it's great. Just, you know, knowing that you don't have those global calls to worry about. It's unlikely that the cameras were hacked in that time as well. Dots with a beautiful shot onto Palu to take him down. That's going to be a headshot. We see Ness battling back, taken out as well. And this just looks like W7M have woken up on the attack this time. Very different than the attack we saw last time out on this site. Resets and Lagonis now need to dig deep and try to hold on.
Trying to work their way back in towards sight by the looks of it. Lagonis not 100% sure what he wants to get away with. No C4 in back pocket. and you can hear the smokes from Reset starting to come out here. Only 2 left, which is not going to be enough to stave off this W7M onslaught in this last 60 seconds. They've got time to play with here, Tim. They can take their time. They can make use of the ITA in the back pocket, for example. They can make use of the buck. They can do lots with this, but they've just gone for it now. Plant is going down. One comes in. Lagonis looks in for one. Finds a second, but there's a third there. Will open up for Dots to start his march on forward on the blitz, and here we go.
Volps is actually going to open things up onto Lagonis. 5 versus 4. Nitro comes out, and Dots just doesn't recognize it at all.
Think about the shot. Just get your head up there. Pre-aim in the right spot. Bosh, easy kill to come on through. Good stuff. Shut him down there. Punish a little bit for the passiveness coming out from Liquid. Reset's also falling, but of course, Nesk and Maya being the 2 players you sorely want left alive in this kind of situation.
Yeah, absolutely, especially the way that they're playing today. Palu, I'm not sure what he was waiting for on that Nitro. He's waiting for some movement, but he could see the line. He knew the player was repelled, and he paid the price. But paying the price now of Volps and Lobin as Maya steps up with a beautiful double, and you were right, Des. Nesk and Maya are the ones you want. 2 versus 3, they close it out and take a full 3 points for Team Liquid and send them to the